ring, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of welterweight action between the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Oscar De La Hoya's focus is front and center as he makes his way to the ring right now. Sugar Ray Leonard's making his way to the ring right now, puffing out his chest, glaring with those eyes, and taking a big stride to his destination and glory.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Oscar De La Hoya. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, Sugar Ray Leonard.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up.
Everybody's been waiting for these two.
Keep moving. Move those feet. Keep moving. You need to keep that head moving.
Oscar De La Hoya's in bad shape. De La Hoya clearly affected by that. And
In and out.
The game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
You need to cover up more, okay? You're leaving yourself open too much. Cover up. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus.
so here we are, a new round of...
Let's see some more head movement.
As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Keep your hands up, all right? You have to keep your hands up. Listen, I'm not going to stand here and watch you take those shots. You understand me?
And round number 3.
Circle, circle. Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
And as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
When he misses you with a punch, counter, counter. Throw the body, then to the head, then finish to the body.
Back to action here.
Got king. A lot of kings sing death and turn queen. Crack they 24-inch rims in the ravine. Respect the architect, never test the Elohim. Good night, this is JLX live from New Orleans. New Orleans.
My journey has brought me to an understanding of the divine forces with which we have all been bestowed. It was in this search that I came upon a revelation, which has called me to guide millions of people towards their righteous destiny.
Head movement, head movement.
A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
You just focus on the fight. We'll take care of this later. Get on that. Get on that.
Round number
Coretta Scott
5.
King. A lot of kings sing death and turn queen. Crack they 24-inch rims in the ravine. Respect the architect, never test the Elohim. Good night, this is JLX live from New Orleans. New Orleans.
My journey has brought me to an understanding of the divine forces with which we have all been bestowed. It was in this search that I came upon a revelation, which has called me to guide millions of people towards their righteous destiny.
In and out. In and out. Cover your head, kid. Beat him to the punch. Move your head. Cover your head, kid. Got him! Keep your hands up.
Boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Listen, I need some more confidence, okay? Whenever he misses confidence, swelling is nothing. Focus on the punch.
6th round.
Coretta Scott King. A lot of kings sing death and turn queen. Crack they 24-inch rims in the ravine. Respect the architect, never test the Elohim. Good night, this is JLX live from New Orleans. New Orleans.
My journey has brought me to an understanding of the divine forces with which we have all been bestowed. It was in this search that I came upon a revelation, which has called me to guide millions of people towards their righteous destiny.
position where he could be effective.
So it's the end of the round. And as both men head back to their respective corners, Teddy, it brings up a good point that's many times not talked enough, but the culture of a corner and how guys conduct themselves. What was always your philosophy in organizing and running a corner?
Well, first of all, only one guy could be in charge. That's the trainer. You can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. It has to be organized like anything else. And you have to have calm people. You only have 1 minute. Maybe by the time the fighter gets back, maybe it's 50 seconds. So you have to be efficient. You can't have guys that are excited. They have to be able to control their emotions, just like the fighter does on the outside. And everyone has to know what their job is.
Hoya's gone into a defensive shell, but that shell has cracks in it.
Yeah, it does, and the reason why it's getting cracked is because his opponent is confident that with those earmuffs on, you know, going into that peekaboo defense that he is, he knows he's handcuffed, so he's putting together 3, 4, 5 punches where normally he would only throw 1 or 2, worried something's going to come back.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Blocks away that headshot. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Take care of the cut. There's nothing. A small cut, nothing to worry about. Let's get on this one. Get the compress on it.
As another round gets underway. shaky. He was hurt. The end of the round. And now a chance to put the pieces back together. He got stunned in that last round.
Yeah, well, he has to get those birds out of his head right now. You know, open that cage up and let them fly out there. And the best way to do that is find out why he got stunned. What did he get hit with?
Listen, that's a big jab. That's a big jab. When he throws the jab,
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Nice block. Blocks away that. Oh, and there you go. Oscar De La Hoya's on the canvas and hurt. And somehow, someway.
side to side, move your head.
And the knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, the fighter who was floored, how do you treat him? Do you go soft on him when he comes back, or do you get right in his face? What's the way to approach it?
You have to know your fighter. You have to know the temperament of your fighter. Some guys, you know, they just kind of crawl up into a ball and they don't come out of it if you get too strong with them. Other guys, they react well to that. So you got to know what he reacts to, first of all. And the most important thing, you have to get information. Why did he get dropped? You had your right hand down, you got hit the hook, get your right hand up. You'll be okay.
So here we are, all
Scientology. Scientology.
Protect yourself!
Oscar De La Hoya's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned.
Come on now, work it out.
Which way will it go? Let's find out by sending it up to the ring announcer.
We go to the judges' scorecards. All three judges score the fight. A unanimous decision. Your winner, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Leonard is your winner by a unanimous decision.
And that was a surprise.